Good morning. Savor. It's probably one of the most important words in my life. I know people who do a word a year. I'm kind of one of those guys. What's the theme going to be of this year or this season? For example, coming up next year, my theme is going to be create, because I've determined that I'm going to write 2 books. They've been sitting in my head, and it's time to dump them out. So I'm clearing the decks and preparing myself to create. And one of the years I was doing this, I picked the word savor. Savor. And the concept of this is, don't just rush through your life, your day. Just find ways to savor that day. Do you ever do that? Most do not. Most people, in my experience, are rushers. They're in a hurry. They don't look to the left or the right. They rush in to do a task. They rush out, and then, to what end? At the end of a day, if you savored the day, you probably remember certain parts of it. If you rush through the day, I submit to you, you probably remember little. Probably the stuff you do remember, if you do remember anything, is going to be the stressful stuff. This is, I feel, the nature of the times we live in. Notes of oak and affordability. Folgers, the richest kind. Anyway, enough of savoring my mediocre coffee. To the point of savoring, I was at the fitness center yesterday and I ran into John. I call a friend anybody who helps me in some way get the most out of my life. So even though I see John maybe for about 5 minutes, maybe about twice a week, maybe once a week, in passing at the fitness center, I call him my friend because he teaches me things. Well, he had cancer in his throat area. He had a big bulge here, and this is a few years back. And so when I'd see him, I'd ask how he's doing. Well, he is recovering, and he's doing pretty well. And I would say he's doing really well. He loves to golf and still goes out golfing. And he said with a note of triumph that he was able to carry his gloves and golf a full course. And he said he was able to adjust his stroke or the positioning of his hands, described it in great detail, right? And how he was now able to par the last 6 holes, which he hadn't done for years. But he said, I used to do it all the time without even thinking about it. Now, why was he so much better than he is now? Well, I'll give you one possible reason. He's 87. Yeah. He's 87. He told me yesterday that 3 times in the last week, off the tee, he hit the pole and it bounced away. Now, maybe it wasn't from the tee box. Maybe that's a little extreme. But this is the same guy who in his lifetime has hit 10 holes in one and bowled 10 perfect scores of 300. He said he used to be a professional bowler. You might have heard me talk about this guy. I'd like to get him on the show and interview him. He'd be fascinating. He's interested, but it just, he's 87. And, he has better things to do much of the day. Which one of them is golfing? And as he's talking about golfing, he's talking about what used to be and probably is not attainable anymore. He said, I talked to a fitness trainer, and he said, how come I can't build up more muscle? And he said, the trainer says, well, you're 87. And he looked at his stomach, which was, he's not a heavy guy, he's thin. He's got a little bit of sag around the belly. How come I can't get rid of this? He said. He said, there's a guy I see, must be on social media, who does that, the Chai, oh yeah, I know, Tai Chi, yeah, I know that guy. I've seen him. Apparently, when you reach a certain age, they start pushing that guy out to you. I said, he's a fake. That is fake. That's an AI. That he does not, no. That guy is a fake. How can you, yeah, I guess you're right. But he has taken this ideal and he's made it his, I don't know, his goal, his measuring stick, to the point where he's missing the opportunity to savor. I said to him, John, if I were to line up 100 people who are 87, I'm probably taking you. That's a good point. He said, I guess. But, I said, one more try. One more try. I said, do you know Mariano Rivera? Is that right? The reliever for the Yankees. He said, oh, yeah, I know that guy. He knew something that you and I don't know. And he said, what was that? He said he knew exactly when it was over. He knew exactly the last time he would play baseball. When he stepped out to pitch the final inning or so of the game, his last game as a professional baseball player, he did something really, really, really smart. He walked out to the mound and he looked around at the crowd of people in the stands. And he looked at his teammates in the dugout. And he looked at the teammates in the other guy's dugout. And he knelt down and he took some of the dirt from the mound. Smelled it. Took his mitt and flexed it. Took the baseball. And then he pitched his last game, savoring every moment. I said, John, the next time you go golfing, I think you should do that. It won't be about the score. It'll be about the beauty and the chance to play the game you love one more time. Because unlike Mario, you and I will not know the last time. So let's pretend every time is the last time. I think that worked. He got a tear in his eye. He said, yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, if it worked for him, maybe it'll work for you. Oh, you parent of children that are driving you crazy, someday they'll be gone. Oh, you spouse of that annoying person, oh, someday they'll be gone. Oh, you place with a house that's so much trouble, someday you won't have one. Oh, you person who wishes you could be in better tip-top shape, someday you won't be as in good a shape as you are now. Savor today while you have it. Oh my goodness. I took too much of your time. I got to let you go. I'm Jeff Gould, America's Storyteller. I share this out to somebody you know who's rushing around. Maybe they'll get something out of it. There's another video right there. And until we actually talk or visit or have a chance to connect, God bless.